So there was the comprehensive school, Brumby Senior, which was literally next door, and that's where I anticipated going with all my friends. Nobody suggested that I wouldn't go there. And then we had a school medical one about 10 and a half, I think, and there was no parents or anybody there. And we all sort of lined up to go through and went into the room, and these two people, and I couldn't tell you who they were at all, I presume one was the doctor, and they said, what are you going to do when you leave here? And I was like, going to school with my mates, you know. So we don't think you'll cope there. We think there's too many steps, you won't be able to get around the school, it's going to be too hard for you. And we think you ought to go away. And I probably was crying, went home absolutely in tears. I mean, going away at that age to me meant prison or something like that, going away. And my parents and my grandma were furious about the way I'd been treated. But at the bottom line, when we looked at it, the senior school said I could go because it was on like 3 floors. I couldn't do English or maths. They weren't willing to move the classrooms at that time. So it seemed like I had no choice, really. Obviously going to school and not doing English and maths for the next 5 years didn't seem to make any sense. So much to my regret at the time, they suggested a special school in Lincoln, which is about 25 miles away, called St Francis School. And I went round to look there. I wasn't really looking forward to going around to looking around it. It seemed okay. I mean, it's very hard to make a decision at 10 and a half to know whether you're going to like it or not. It meant being away from my family for Monday to Friday and away from local friends as well. But that was the decision. Looking back, I realised how appallingly bad that was. But there was no discrimination. I mean, I was promised when I went to special school I'd get the same education as I would have done at mainstream school. I was promised that I'd get the best medical treatment. And really, looking back, that didn't happen. None of those things happened. But my parents weren't really aware of that until my sister started doing the same sort of things. As well, this isn't how Mark was treated. If it was now, you'd be taking him to court on the way they treated you. I mean, there's no way a 10-and-a-half-year-old on their own should have had that conversation anyway. That's the first thing. And certainly without at least speaking to my parents first and doing that. So I think that was appalling. Again, knowing what we know now, how hard would it have been to move the classroom to have English and maths on the ground floor and something else up on the top floor. I mean, I don't feel angry about it now because it's too late to feel angry about it, but I do want to make sure that other disabled people don't go through the same thing. And I know it can still happen.